Oh, well, this street behind me is still sealed off, Molly. Investigators, they've been out here for hours gathering evidence. Witnesses describe hearing dozens of gunshots, and they tell me that many of the cars parked in this neighborhood are now riddled with bullet holes. In an instant, patrol units from across Pierce County converged on this cul-de-sac in Spanaway to back up fellow officers who were coming under fire.
I was trying to go down the road and the police came running in.
Neighbors heard dozens of rounds as the suspect repeatedly shot at law enforcement. One woman says the gunman ended up in the front yard of her sister's house.
Her car got shot up. My brother's car got shot up. It's in our yard that it started.
Investigators say a little after 10 o'clock, a state trooper initiated a traffic stop along State Route 512 just a couple miles away, but the driver opened fire. The gunfire continued as the man continued to try to outrun pursuing officers.
State trooper had called out that shots had been fired at her on 512. That started a pursuit which involved multiple agencies throughout the county. The suspect was firing shots at them throughout this incident.
Once the gunman pulled into the cul-de-sac, he drove to a dead-end street where he apparently lived. A neighbor took this video as the gunman exchanged shots with police.
I mean, he kept shooting at him, you know, even after getting shot, however many times he got shot.
You don't expect it anywhere. I mean, this is like right at home, and I mean, we don't live like that, and then to be experiencing that right now is just shocking.
That witness who shot that video we showed you just a few moments ago, he tells me the gunman who was killed actually lived in this neighborhood along with his wife and two teenage daughters. He said they kept to themselves, and that witness said he has no idea what would prompt this shooting rampage. Reporting live, Joel Marino, KOMO News.
Yeah, they said it was absolutely terrifying. Now, as a result of just such a wide body of evidence, we are still seeing quite a considerable police presence. The medical examiner just showed up here. It's been about 14 hours since those initial calls came in. At the height of this crisis, a video shows officers armed, ready and going through those neighborhoods, confronting a man that they say appeared to have a death wish.
Police, do not move! You will be shot!
KOMO News obtained this heart-pounding video showing the crazy moments when armed officers move through this normally quiet subdivision.
Everybody in your house! In your house!
This footage coming immediately after this pursuit suspect exchanged gunfire with deputies. From another vantage point, a neighbor caught the moment that suspect was shot. Leading up to this critical moment, those nearby said they heard a barrage of bullets.
Quite a few shots, quite a few rounds. I heard, pow, pow, pow.
Move up. That's better cover. Go.
The result, families ordered to stay inside as tactical crews worked together.
Team 2, find the next best point.
One of the witnesses told KOMO the man who was killed here lived in this neighborhood with his wife and two teenage daughters, but that the family kept to themselves for at least 6 hours after this exchange of bullets. Other people were prevented from coming in here.
I'm just standing right here waiting to go over because they won't let me over.
You are under arrest!
Despite this bullet-ridden crisis, nobody, including police or other neighbors, were hurt. And coming back live here once again, witnesses tell us the suspect kept to himself. So you better believe that they're investigating what exactly happened in terms of that man and what we know. Neighbors say that they just have no idea how he could have done something like this. Come to you live from Spanaway tonight. Ryan Sims, KOMO News.
And people in the Spanaway neighborhood were forced to shelter in their homes as a shootout unfolded between a man and police. Officers say the man took off from a traffic stop before ending up on a dead-end street, and that man was eventually shot and killed by police. Ryan Sims joins us tonight. So, Ryan, those families were let back into their homes as this investigation wraps up. This had to be a really scary scene for them, especially those with young kids.
You know, they had to hunker down in their homes for a long time, Steve. And I kind of want to paint the picture of when this all happened because it underscores kind of the severity and the terror of this situation for so many kids and so many families. This is 10:30 in the morning we're talking about. Obviously, we're on spring break. Obviously, that means a lot of kids are home. It's also a holiday week, so that means people are off from work with their kids. And this is a subdivision, I got to say, in a little community that has so many families just a few blocks away from where where this gun battle happened. There is a park. We saw families. We saw kids playing there all day long. So you can imagine what it is like and what it was like for so many families and children out there. 10:30 in the morning, the day is, getting started, and to hear just gunfire and a barrage of bullets going through their neighborhoods. We spoke to one neighbor who said that she heard at least 30 gunshots, and in video that we've obtained that we just honestly cannot show you, not a lot of it because it is incredibly graphic, that seems like it was accurate, that we're just talking about constant gunfire going back and forth. So what we saw, and in videos that we saw afterward, were armed SWAT crews and armed officers shouting and screaming at the top of their lungs, telling families to stay indoors because they just did not know where those bullets would end up. And also kind of the picture that we're being given of this suspect is that he is accused and allegedly took police on a multi-mile chase. He comes back to where he lives, apparently, and in this kind of subdivision, this cul-de-sac, he leads police right essentially to his home, and then that's when deputies said that he whipped out this gun and started firing shots. And so the picture painted of him was someone that is very, very dangerous. And one deputy even told us that it seemed like the man had a death wish. And so when you're around that kind of element and everything has already happened so much as it is, you better believe that those families really had a rattling day, and they're going to bed thankful tonight that they're okay. But what a day it's been for them, Steve.
What a scare for them, and what a heartbreaking situation there. Thank you so much, Ryan, for joining us and giving us an update on that investigation.